Just on our way out now to get my body composition. Now it's been 3 weeks after the comp, so we'll find out what body fat I'm actually sitting on. I reckon I would be sitting around 9, maybe 10%. So I'll find out and let you know. We are back from my body composition, and this is what we have come back with. Weight is now 79. Weight is now 79.2. Skeletal muscle mass up. Body fat up. We don't want to go any more than 10, maybe 12 at the max. And then that's the water ratio, so a little bit higher. Time for shoulders. On my way to Derrimut's again. It is a probably 30-minute drive every day from my house to the gym. I was feeling pretty crappy today, sitting in front of the computer. I can't tolerate it very much, so I do get headaches. But went out and got my body composition done, so that was a good split to get out of the house. And now I had to motivate myself to get up and go to the gym, so I'll try and get some shoulder footage so you guys can see what I go through for shoulders on a crap day. So not feeling 100%, but I'll do my best to explain. Hopefully the music isn't too loud here, so I can actually talk to you guys during the workouts other than doing a voiceover, but we'll see what we get when we get there. So this is what I like to start my shoulder workouts with. Just a bit of an extreme warm-up. I'll do about 10 reps. You guys don't have to, you can just do a basic chin-up or skip this one altogether. Then we'll go straight into around the worlds, where I have the plate just going around my head. So I'm not moving my head, I'm moving the plate around my head. So I'll go 10 around one way and then 10 around the opposite way. So I'm working both. Then I'll also chuck in some lateral raises just with a light weight. I think I've got just 5 kilo plates. Just all you want to do is focus on getting a bit of blood to the muscle, the area that you want to be working. Nice and controlled, and just really isolating that area that you really want to work on. So I'll take these as like a final isolation pump before we start our working sets. So I'll go through this circuit 3 times as a warm-up. If I'm in a rush, it'll usually just be twice, and I'll just do a couple more extra reps for each exercise. But here's a view from behind, nice and simple. Alrighty then, so now it's time for some working sets. We're going heavy dumbbell lateral raises. So I'm not focusing on full range of movement, just as far as my muscles can control the weight and contract it. I think I'm doing 27.5 kilos here. And then I'll follow that up with a superset, a third of the weight, so maybe 10 kilos to 12 kilos. And I'll go for full range of movement here for another 10 reps. So 10 reps of each, and I'll go through this circuit 3 times. Found it's a really good way to build strength and size to your shoulders. Well, the warm-ups help circulate blood to it. You haven't got that issue where you might hurt or injure yourself. I've also thrown in a back view as well, so you guys can see from this point of view what my shoulders are actually doing. So when I raise, it's not a full range of movement. I'm lifting as high as I possibly can while controlling the weight back down, fighting that urge just to stop my muscles from releasing and relaxing, but keeping the tension the whole way. To the next exercise is the dumbbell shoulder press. I like to go decent weight on this so I can feel maximum pump. Just a good steady 10 reps, and then I've got a few different angles to show you how the muscles are working. As you can see, I don't go all the way back down because of the weight. I'm lifting a little bit heavier. So I go down as deep as I feel comfortable to control the weight. But I don't just release the weight when I'm coming down either. I control it down to a position that I can support it. And then I'll put 110% in the press when I come back up, so I get maximum contraction and really squeeze the shoulders. So control it down and squeeze them at the top. And next we've got the barbell lateral raise. This one's a favourite of mine. I always see results from this one. I haven't been doing them for as long as all of the other exercises. But I wish I had have found these out when I was in my early stages. Because of the bar, if you don't control the weight back down, you're clearly going to hit yourself in the leg. So it's kind of like a do or die thing with another exercise after. Superset it with some rotators, really tucking the elbow in as you rotate back around, not just doing the movement, but using your front delts to contract across the top of your pec. But I wouldn't go too heavy on this because you could damage your rotators.
I feel the walls closing in, building up, stacking, seems to be no.
Then after that, I'll superset with another exercise. This is underhand grip barbell raises. Last time I went and saw a physio, I've realised that my rear lats and delts aren't engaging properly because of the strength I have in my front delts outweighs the rear delts. I've got a lot of work to do on my rear delts, and it also helps with posture too. My posture's not the best, but I'm working on it. So here's another view from the side doing lateral raises. And more of the rotators here. Squeeze your bicep and your tricep into your lat and lock it in, and just use your shoulders to rotate the weight around. So your forearm has got all of the weight and your shoulders are doing all of the work of moving the weight. The next exercise is a shoulder press machine. So I've only added 20 kilo plates on each side. For this one we're going to be doing a lot of reps, higher reps. I think I'll do about 20 reps, starting with 10 normal presses and then while holding the weight up, I do 10 isolated, so single arm presses, one at a time. It's a really, really good one to test the strength of your delts. I mean, you're sitting down, so the rest of your body and the angle that you've got is a lot easier on your spine and your neck and all your traps. So you're pushing up, you're almost using a small percentage of your upper pecs. I'm tired. I've had a lot of work to do. So, I mean, doing these videos, it's hard for me to sit here and just speak over, but I'm slowly getting them done. I had a late night sesh with Ricardo, so have some more videos added to his series soon. So I'll make sure I'll do 3 sets on every exercise. I used to only do 2 and overwhelm myself with a lot of variety, but I've quickly changed that now to just hitting the areas I need to build on and sitting there for longer and doing more sets. I've found that it's developed my body a whole lot better. I've actually recently upped it to 4 sets, so in my up and coming videos you'll see the change there. So here's another angle. You see my front delts, that's where all the blood is pumping to them. Now I'm isolating each arm at a time. It's a different type of tempo. I mean, if you want to change it up and not do these, you're more than welcome to just do 20 straight. I'm not locking my arm out either at the top, so my delts have still got all the tension on them. So I've taken my hat off, it's time to get serious. This is where you can lift some really, really heavy weight. It's hard to weigh this up with free weights because you don't know whether the machine's been maintained. You know, some you get that are really stiff, so it's a lot harder. It feels like you're pressing a lot more, and then you feel that you're getting weaker, where in fact you're actually lifting nearly twice as much. I'll superset these with barbell rotators. So this is a really high compound exercise. You're working the whole area of the shoulder, starting with the rear, hitting the medial, and then the front on the final controlled rep. But you have to really, really be careful with those weights as well, because that exercise is working really specific areas. You could easily pull a muscle on that too. So I wouldn't advise that for any beginners. But feel free to give it a try and start out light and work your weight up. I mean, I've gotten to about 50 kilo on those, but technique was clearly out the window. So here's another angle of the presses. Because it's a superset, I'll stick to my 10 rep range. All up, I think it's 60 kilos, which is not one of my heaviest, but on this day, I mean, it was a bigger shoulder workout, so 60 kilos is not too bad, and that's including the bar. We've got time for some rear delt flies. These are a great one to build the rear delts if controlled properly. As you can see, my arms aren't straight. If they were, I would be feeling it all in my triceps. It'd be almost like a tricep extension. You could even bend them a little bit more, but as long as you're squeezing right between your traps and then across to your rear delts, this will all be working 100%. Don't go too heavy because it's a smaller muscle too. You don't want to risk injuring yourself. Here's another angle so you can see where my arms are actually placed. They're a little bit below shoulders. It's up to you wherever you want to place your arm, your hands, and hold the bars. But for me, this feels a lot more comfortable. And my left side sort of starts fatiguing and locking out because I'm a lot tighter in my front delt, and my left lat doesn't engage a lot better than my right. So I've got a bit of work to do on that, but I'll try and focus on helping that catch up. So for anyone that really wants to strengthen their rear delts or their overall shoulders, this would be a great one to do. Start out light and really focus on using the rear delt area on contracting and controlling the weight. Also, I've found that it helps with my overall bench press actually. If you want to up your PB on bench press, I highly recommend hitting rear delts. So that's my shoulder workout. I hope you guys like it. Subscribe, like and share my video. What I have got coming up is a day in a life. So I filmed 4 days. So when I get up for work, go to work, I may not film all of at work, but then I'll film my workouts after. So that'll be coming up next. The best part of the day, I get to watch Vikings. Yes! With a little snack. I don't recommend. It is Nutella on toast with my protein shake. So that has 5 grams of glutamine. Also 5 grams of flaxseed oil, and the toast. Those two pieces are roughly 32 grams of carbs. The Nutella, unmeasured.
I'm not saying I'm not sorry.